So with that, I would like to hand things over to my friend and colleague, Lauren Faber O'Connor, Chief Sustainability Officer with City of Los Angeles.
I am so glad to be here. Thank you, Dave, for inviting me. As always, I look forward to today. But I am so inspired, even just by the way you started this special event today, Dave, because this is just such a special day for Los Angeles. It is just, I'm blown away to hear what you said about the record participation we've had this year and in the challenge and the exciting results coming out of it. It just is incredible to see everyone's commitment to action. If more than anything, a reinforcement of our resolve. And I say today that this, part of why today is such a big deal. I kind of want to take a step back to appreciate a day like this, which is being able to celebrate and recognize the innovators and leaders of you all today, of building owners, of building managers, of visionaries of what is possible and what we must do. But it's also today an achievement of policy and planning from the city's standpoint. I'm excited to tell you a little bit more about a big event that I just came from with the mayor and with the Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm. So Maria, it's so wonderful to have you here and just be reinforcing so many opportunities and record of partnership between Los Angeles and the federal government and DOE in particular. It's an achievement in partnership between BBC and everyone involved here, a partnership between a group of amazing advisors to the city over the last 3.5 years to put together the most comprehensive, innovative, groundbreaking study of transitioning an entire grid, the Los Angeles grid, to 100% renewable energy. And before I say anything more about that, I am going to, Dave, ask you to cue up the video and we'll go from there.
From the people to the power grid, LA is a city like no other. The city has set a bold goal to power LA with 100% renewable energy by 2045. That's why the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, the nation's largest municipal utility, partnered with NREL, the nation's leading renewable research lab, on LA 100. It's the most comprehensive, detailed study to model an entirely renewable-based grid as complex as LA's. And it's only possible with the uniquely integrated capabilities of a national lab. Energy analysts are running millions of simulations to inform objective answers to the big questions on the road to 100%. How might demand for electricity change as more Angelenos adopt energy technologies like electric vehicles and rooftop solar? What could LA's future grid look like? Does reaching 100% mean big changes locally, like building new transmission lines or power plants? How can we make sure that our new system is reliable under extreme circumstances such as fires and heat waves? What about impacts on jobs or air quality, the local economy, environmental justice? And what might all of this cost? Along the way, LADWP's engineers are learning how to use NREL's high-tech tools and data sets for their own analysis to convert the findings into working, achievable plans best suited for LA. A city that already generates over half of its electricity from renewable and zero-carbon resources. Whether it's from the solar panels that rest on the rooftops of our iconic skylines, homes in every corner of the city, and our hottest neighborhoods, and in the communities that feel the impacts of this climate crisis most directly, to our plans to build the nation's largest solar and battery project in the country, to our sprawling wind farms, to the latest innovations in renewable technology such as pumped hydro storage solutions and green hydrogen sources that will help redefine how renewable energy is generated and stored. We look at what these technologies mean for each Angeleno, for when they need to charge their car, lower their energy bills, or make their small businesses more sustainable. But LA 100 isn't just about running models and crunching numbers. Every step of the way, research has been guided by real people who live and work in LA, making sure the study represents those who know our city best, from neighborhood and business representatives to clean energy and policy experts. The result? Objective insights, driven by data and tailored to our unique and diverse communities. So the city can be sure a 100% renewable future will benefit 100% of LA. And so that other cities can follow our lead and apply what we've learned in tackling their own energy goals. To learn more about LA 100, visit nrel.gov.
Great, it worked. The mayor called today in releasing this LA 100 study from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, taking something from dreamland to reality. And so it sounds like he and Bill Gates have a lot in common, which is not surprising to me. And it really is sort of the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. It's the end of a 3+ years amount of work and partnership between the federal government and local government and stakeholders and clean energy experts and environmental justice communities over the last 3.5 years. And now it's where do we go from here? How do we put this roadmap into place? So what I also loved, and the importance of starting a study, embarking on a study like this, is you can't predict the results. And, just what does it say? Overall, it says that a 100% renewable grid is entirely achievable, and it can be a reliable, affordable, resilient grid that restores equity and maintains, as I said, reliability and affordability. And that there are multiple pathways for the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power to get there. So this is a real, applied, actionable study that puts us on our fast track, really keeps us on our fast track to 100% renewable energy. But also, and important to this audience, is it took into account, so you all are hopefully familiar with the LA's Green New Deal, which is the mayor's landmark sustainability plan that we released in 2019. It was an update and a building off of our 2015 plan, but really took it to another level of recognizing the urgency and the emergency that climate change is, and the economic opportunity and equity imperative. It really took all of those things together to the next level in LA's Green New Deal. And it kind of bases itself in the 5 zeros, we call them: a zero carbon grid, zero carbon buildings, zero carbon transportation, zero waste, and zero wasted water. And what this study did is, this was about the grid. This was about having a completely carbon-free renewable grid. But it also taught us a lot and gave us a lot of insight about buildings and about transportation, because it included in the analysis assumptions around our goals for building decarbonization and transportation decarbonization, some of those other really important 5 zeros when it comes to our overall greenhouse gas emissions profile in the city. What it reinforced for us was the importance, the critical nature of energy efficiency, and the extraordinary value that electrifying other parts of the economy, buildings and transportation, the value it brings to the overall system. It brings down system costs. It vastly increases the health benefits to society by combining all of these things together. And even when you factor in that significant amount of load, it's still very achievable and it's affordable, which is an incredible insight. We have to go super deep on energy efficiency. Part of the study even showed, and it went through 100 million simulations. So that's the power of a national lab. It reinforced that without energy efficiency and without sort of smart and flexible load, it's more expensive. And so the value of putting these all together is reinforced. And you saw the benefits accruing in greatest amount in disadvantaged communities. So now the task is putting the pieces together. It didn't say, you need this program or that program. That we can, co-design, and we are co-designing. And I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you. I'm looking forward to taking in the lessons learned that you all continue to gain, the insights you gain through the real world applications, the real world work that you're doing in your own foray, your own buildings, your own communities, so that we can build this 100% renewable energy grid and this 100% clean economy of Los Angeles together. Thank you.